How often can I raise the rent? Rent can be raised once per year, providing at least 12 months have passed since the first day of the tenancy or the last rent increase. This is any 12 months, not a calendar year. In Ontario, the guideline rent increase amount is set each year based on the Ontario Consumer Price Index, or CPI. The CPI is a measure of inflation calculated monthly by Statistics Canada, using data that reflects economic conditions over the past year. The guideline allowable rent increase applies to most residential accommodations covered by the Residential Tenancies Act, or RTA. It does not apply to rental units in buildings occupied for the first time after November 15th, 2018, social housing units, long-term care units, or commercial property. The rent increase guideline is the maximum most landlords can raise a tenant's rent without the approval of the Landlord-Tenant Board. Rent increases are not automatic or mandatory. Landlords may only raise the rent if they give tenants at least 90 days written notice using the correct form. What happens if my rents do not cover my costs? Can I raise the rent more? This often happens when a landlord purchases a rental property. The current rents may not cover all the costs of operating the property. In a case such as this, the landlord will have to take a loss at the end of the year. A landlord cannot increase the rents above guideline except for in very specific cases. A landlord can apply to the Landlord-Tenant Board to approve a rent increase above the guideline for a few specific reasons, such as the landlord's costs for municipal taxes have increased by an extraordinary amount. The landlord did extraordinary or significant renovations, repairs, replacements, or new additions to the building or to individual units. This type of work is called capital expenditure. The landlord's costs for security services increased, or the landlord began providing security services for the first time. If the landlord applies to the Landlord-Tenant Board for an above-guideline increase, they must wait for the order before taking action to collect the requested increase from the tenant. If the landlord has a loss for the year, your accountant can help you best understand how this loss may be used against other income you have. Be aware, the CRA does not often permit multiple years of losses. Again, speak to your accountant for the best advice.